Everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Colleen, Sherry up in here. Y'all come on in and hit that like button. Oh, we're not going to be long because I have to work in the morning and get my son for school tomorrow. Y'all, we just had a good time over there in our Umar live stream. We played the Schoolhouse Rock video about how bills become laws and everything. Because Umar's an idiot. He's an idiot. That's bottom line. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all, we gonna get into this. Oh, I'm so ready to rock and roll. Okay. So there are a few videos that I have been tagged in on Twitter X, but oh man. Okay. Oh, it's so much going on. Lord have mercy. Shut up on X. Oh my God, y'all. Candace is losing her daggone mind. And we got a few videos to check out. We're going to start on X, okay? So let's get this up and going. We'll start out on X and we're going to end out on YouTube. Oh, we got a lot to check out today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button as you come in. Hit that like button as you come in. Hold on, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I meant to hit the bookmarks. I got some videos bookmarked. Oh, we're going to get into Tanashi. Y'all, Edie Marie did a video. Oh, God. Oh, we got to start this off with Edie. I'm waiting on Laura Loomer to Loomer Candace again. Y'all, please tell me I didn't miss one of her shows where she loomed her. We only did one watch party. And I think we might need to check out the other one. But Edie got a video up. It's quick. And we're going to check this out. And then we're going to get to Tanashi. And then we're going to get a couple videos over on YouTube that you guys sent over to me to check out. Candace is losing her mind. Okay. She's losing her mind. And if you guys have not seen the announcement, it has been scheduled. We will have Ami with us here in the Lady Luck Club May 26th. I think it's at 8:30 p.m. Make sure you all tune into that. We're excited. Finally got Ami in. And I am going to check my messages to see what Gary has said. I'm sure he's like, kick rocks. He's probably so mad at me. Oh, child. We love you, Gary. But we're going to kick this off with Edie. Y'all, shout out to Edie Marie. Shout out to Edie Marie. We're excited about all of the collabs in the future with Candyland Biker Babe 7000 and how that's going to take off. I enjoy a good laugh around here. You all know that. But this live stream is about Candace. Wanting Erika Kirk dead because she does. Candace, stalking her is a felony. You know you're being reported, right? I hope you know that. Don't get mad when they open up that investigation on your dumb ass. Because you could leave Erika Kirk alone. She's got 2 minor children. Leave her alone. But, since you refuse to do it the easy way, then the hard way it shall be. I don't agree with anyone saying, it would be easier if you just disappear and go away. Oh, okay. Well, then keep holding your breath. It'll be easier for you to just leave her alone and stop letting her live rent-free in your head 24/7. But since you want to send out these types of threats like that, Candace, because you want to actually think that that's not a threat. No, that's a whole threat. Telling her it would be best for everyone if she goes away. Oh, okay. No. We're not playing that. No one's playing that with you. Nope. Nope, that's FBI territory. You live in a different state than she does, and you've already admitted to having her stalked. So no, that's FBI territory, girl. So that's what's happening now. Let's get to this. Hit the floor if you can see it here. Let's go.
Have any other points here people might want to know?
Hey, Sifa.
Go.
What the heck?
You can see kind of what's around him more broadly. Speakers. There we go. Yeah, I think.
This girl.
Okay. And then beyond that, we just have some crowd shots, and you can show some of that as well.
This is like dark.
Scrub there.
Oh my God.
Have any other points here people might want to know? There we go.
Arousal, disgust. So when she's listening to Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, talk, she is absolutely disgusted. She's biting her lip watching Charlie Kirk be assassinated. This is Candace, the woman who proclaimed to be an alien and can hear demons squealing in her head. That's who we're dealing with here.
You can see kind of what's around him more broadly. Speaker.
You don't look at that type of video of someone being assassinated with this level of piqued interest like this. Like, you should be. Most people would naturally close their eyes or lower their head, look away, and say, at this point, I can't keep watching this. No, she's all in. Biting her lip and shit.
There we go. Yeah, I think.
She's kind of like, yep, it happened the way I paid for it to happen. Almost like she's satisfied with this. That's a satisfaction. That's not, I can't believe this happened. Like, she's not crying. She's not even sad. Look at that. Who looked at that video of someone being assassinated that they claim to be a brother to them with this look on their face of comfort and peace? She's cool with this. You think she would be disgusted and disturbed? No. She's not bothered at all.
Okay. And then beyond that, we just have some crowd shots, and you can show.
You can't make this up.
Some of that as well. Like to scrub there.
Oh my God, Candace, you're evil. You're evil. Her child
in her 30s.
Hold on. All right. So you guys, if you don't know who this is Tanashi Peters. I'm just gonna say Peters because I think I keep butchering his first name. But shout out to him. He does a great job on YouTube. Oh my God. I can't believe she can look at that assassination video from all the angles she's claimed she's seen it and claimed to be obsessed with watching it and have that calm, peaceful, happy look on her face. Eating out to this is the look of arousal. Like she's excited. It's like the ultimate revenge plan carried out. Candace, you're soulless and demonic. You're pure evil. And yes, Candace wants Erika Kirk dead. You see how happy and content she is with her husband being dead. I'm just bold enough to say it and call it for what it is. Candace doesn't care that Charlie Kirk is dead. She's satisfied with it. To the point where she's obsessed with watching his assassination over and over and over and over again. And then tells his wife, his now widow, it will be best for everybody if you just go away forever. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, it would be best if we start reporting your ass to the FBI. What's wrong with you? Ugh. Candace wants Erika Kirk dead. To even utter those words, it would be best for everyone if you go away forever. What is the matter with you? After having admitted that you're stalking her? Candace, we will report you to the FBI and we will not lose a second of sleep. For wanting Erika Kirk dead, for sitting here and putting a target on her back, for saying that it would be best if she goes away forever. You're out of your mind. Out of your mind.
Take Erika out the conversation. There's a friend of yours. This friend of yours is in her 30s, husband, early 30s, beautiful family, 2 babies. They're living life. They're going out. They're traveling the world, living out what God has intended for them as a family. They're blessing people all across the planet. Early 30s. They're young. Life has basically just started.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Is it dialing, Miss Journal? Let me tell you something. Don't come in my chat with that bullshit. That don't work over here. That shit don't work over here. We got a video clip of Candace saying those words. That don't work over here. We're reporting your cult leader to the FBI, the end. And yes, I'm encouraging Erika Kirk to get a protection order against Candace Owens. Gotta hear with that. That girl got 2 kids and does not deserve to be stalked, or for Candace Owens to ever say it would be best for everyone if she goes away forever. The hell you mean? Gotta hear with that. It don't work over here.
For them, right? Then on one tragic day, the husband goes out to his job. He is working. He's a public figure. And he is shot, executed on camera. And you have to watch it. And everybody sees it. Now, after this, your friend, whose husband was just executed broad daylight in front of the whole world, you expect that people are going to be there for her, are going to love on her. Your friend group, let's say there's 6 of you guys, that your friend group is going to be supportive of her. But instead, one of the friends sows seeds of such discord, of such brokenness, of a vile nature, to the point that she gets half of the friend group to not only turn on her in her time of most need, but to begin accusing her of taking her husband's life. To begin bullying her every single day, sending messages, text messages, looking for her, hunting her down, conspiring against her, wishing for her own demise. That's your friend.
Hoocha.
What kind of soulless cretin would this person who made their way into your own friend group have to be?
Candace. Oh my God. Candace, you pissing off everybody.
Take Erika out the...
Hold on a second. You pissing everybody off, girl. There was a couple videos that I wanted to get to yesterday. Did we see the one with her talking about Mikey McCoy? Y'all recall that one?
Out to me to look into Andrew Colbat. Now,
did we catch this one?
He couldn't get his lies straight. There's also been a lot said about Mikey McCoy, and I
did we see this one? Let me know. Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mindy. I wanted to make sure we didn't repeat it. Okay.
Father Julian, I have to spend time with him because
Hold on.
feel it ever. Of course.
Okay, you guys tagged me in a few, and I just want to make sure we got most of them in. Now you all recall her doing another interview with Russell Brand. The first one she did was the one where she said that her parents kicked her out the house at 14 and she went to live with a boyfriend for 6 months. We actually went over that. You think the candy asses would know all of their cult leaders' interviews and be able to go to that video and watch it, but whatever. So, in a previous live, I dropped the timestamp and the video link where she said it. Those words came out of her mouth. Here, she had the second interview. I haven't seen it. I'm going to be honest. I have not seen this. It's hard to watch Candace now. It really is. Especially knowing that she admitted to stalking another grown woman and now wants her to disappear forever and says that it would be best for everybody because she's evil as hell.
Feel it ever. Of course. I sin all the time in thought, in word, in deed. Probably for me, the thoughts are the hardest. That's why Father Julian, I have to spend time with him because it's hard to control the thoughts. And I think I struggle. He tells me that my vice is the thought of vengefulness. Feel it ever. Of course.
She is very vengeful. She's just not figuring that out. Candace is very vengeful and retaliatory. Here's my question. If you claim to be a Christian, why do you think spending time with a mere mortal is going to cleanse you of these sins? I mean, you can have other people encourage you to stay on the right track. But shouldn't you be building that relationship and communing with God? Wouldn't you want to actually go to God in prayer and spend time reading the word of God? Actually hold a Bible without melting? What do you think this mere mortal is going to do? He didn't die on a cross for your sins. He's not going to help you get rid of vengefulness. And it's like someone needs to tell her that. She knows that she's vengeful. She knows that she's not a good person. She said that. She knows she's spiteful and retaliatory. She has no quarrels with watching an assassination video over and 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 over again, including an SUV that's got blood all over it. Like, she has no quarrels watching stuff like that. She's cool with that. But what does she expect another mere mortal to do regarding her vengefulness that she's not asking God to do? How dare you skip Jesus and then think that another man is supposed to help you cleanse yourself of your sins? You get the Son of God that died on the cross. No, I'm just going to spend time with this priest. He's going to help me get sinless and get rid of my vengefulness. What's wrong with her? This is crazy. Oh, Candace, you're a demon. People look up to this woman. You know, they cool with all this. They have no problem with her. Okay, so we got another liar, cold pepper. Y'all. Because we got to get in a little after. If not, Candace will give you a headache.
We'll use it against you to make it.
Hold on. Let me go back. Shout out to Mindy. Thank you so much for tagging me in. Lyle Culpepper is absolutely hilarious. It's the wig for me. Okay. Is this supposed to be Megan Kelly? Megan Kelly, you can kiss our ass. On behalf of the entire Lady Luck Club. And Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea Girl, kiss our ass. Do you understand? You over 60 years old, throw a tantrum trying to keep up with Candace. That's how pathetic Megan Kelly is. She's trying to keep up with Candace. Unbelievable. Oh, child. All right. Shout out to Lyle Culpepper. Let's get to it.
Okay, Candace, I'm going to give this one more shot. because my therapist says that I need to deal with my issues. So let's just not mispronounce any words this time, okay? Because the Jews will use it against you to make you look dumb. So here we go.
Get comfortable, you guys, because it is going to be a long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Okay. Revelations. You can do this, Lyle. You do this. Revelations.
Oh, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic.
Yeah, it's hyperbolic. It's not. I know it's not. It's not like a Super Bowl. Like a hyperbole is hyperbolic.
And I'm not saying that in a hyperbolic way.
Hyperbolic.
You're going to be hyperbolic. And
no one's being hyperbolic because it's not a word, but hyperbolic.
I guess you can just toss another coin in the "I told you so" jar.
Toss another coin.
Toss another coin in the
sweetie. Toss another coin.
Daily Wire operates like a deranged.
Wait a minute. And all the candy asses think she's so smart. Oh, to all the candy asses, I want you all to understand right now how stupid your cult leader is. Oh, we gotta go back. Let's go.
It says that I need to deal with my issues. So let's just not mispronounce any words this time, okay? Because the Jews will use it against you to make you look dumb. So here we go.
Get comfortable, you guys, because it is going to be a long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Okay. Revelations. You can do this, Lyle. You do this. Revelations.
Okay, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic.
Yeah, it's hyperbolic. It's not. I know it's not. It's not like a Super Bowl. Like a hyperbole is hyperbolic.
And I'm not saying that in a hyperbolic way.
Hyperbolic.
You're going to be hyperbolic. And
no one's being hyperbolic because it's not a word, but hyperbolic.
Candace. Hyperbolic. I told you all she can't do words with more than 3 syllables. Hyperbolic is 4 syllables. She can't do it. Didn't I tell you all that? She has to keep the syllables down to 3 and less. 3 or less. 3 or less. 3 or less. If it's more than 3 syllables, forget it. She doesn't know if she wants to say revelations. What did she say? Revelations. She said revelations. Did she really do that? Candace. Oh my God. Oh, she's so stupid. Candace is so dumb. Candace, you're so dumb. Candace, you're so dumb. You're so dumb, girl. You're dumb. And you're sitting here making threats saying that Erika Kirk should just go away forever. It would be best for everyone. You say those words and don't care about the meaning of such or the interpretation, because, interpretation is a word you can't define either or pronounce. But you want to sit here and talk about revelations? Don't make me look that up. I do not want to have to look up these words that Candace is making up in her head. Please.
A long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Okay. Revelations. You can do this, Lyle. You do this. Revelations.
Okay, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic.
Yeah, it's hyperbolic. It's not. I know it's not. It's not like a Super Bowl.
Hey,
it's hyperbolic.
And I'm not saying that
in
a hyperbolic way.
Hyperbolic.
You're going to be hyperbolic. And
no one's being hyperbolic because it's not a word, but hyperbolic.
I guess you can just toss another coin in the "I told you so" jar.
Toss another coin.
Toss another coin in the
sweetie. Toss another coin.
Daily Wire operates like a deranged cult.
Okay, someone please call an ambulance or Hotzola. I think that Candace might have hantavirus from all the rats she surrounds herself with. Okay, Candace, I'm giving this one more shot because my therapist says that I need to deal with my issues.
Oh, we gotta hear it again.
Let's just not mispronounce any words this time, okay? Because the Jews will use it against you to make you look dumb. So here we go.
Get comfortable, you guys, because it is going to be a long week. I have so many explosive revelations to share with you.
Okay. Revelations. You can do this, Lyle. You do this. Revelations.
Okay, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic.
Yeah, it's hyperbolic. It's not. I know it's not. It's not like a Super Bowl. Like a hyperbole is hyperbolic.
And I'm not saying that in a hyperbolic way.
Hyperbolic.
You're going to be hyperbolic. And
no one's being hyperbolic because it's not a word, but hyperbolic.
I guess you can just toss another coin in the "I told you so" jar.
Toss another coin.
Toss another coin in the
sweetie. Toss another coin.
Daily Wire operates like a deranged cult.
Okay, someone please call an ambulance or Hotzola. I think that Candace might have hantavirus from all the rats she surrounds herself with. Okay.
I concur with that. Candace is definitely spreading hantavirus. She probably created it. She's the king rat. Queen rat is giving us foreign diseases that no one wants. Wasn't the other virus enough? Did you learn nothing from that, Candace? You learned nothing from the COVID? No. She just said, "Oh, I have to mutate, Lady Luck." Oh God, Candace is the mutated virus hunter. Self-exploded. Go away and leave us alone. Will you leave our planet now, Candace? Can we get you off our planet? Can you just Blexit your ass out of here and take your candy ass cult members with you? They don't understand words either, and we're not in the mood. We're not in the mood. Oh, Candace is such an idiot. Oh, you're so stupid. Her and Umar Johnson would make a good couple. They're both dumb. Y'all, we got to move on. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Y'all, Edie got a stunning collection out. We got to check it out. Oh, we got a little lineup, y'all. I got to get through this content here. As you guys tag me and send me other stuff, we're added to the lineup for the next live. We got to get through this stuff here. Oh, because I got to go to bed at some point. Candace, your stupidity gives me laughter. I want you to know that. You know, it puts a smile on my face to know that she can't say the word revelation. Candace, that's a whole book of the Bible. You know, more proof she's not reading the Bible. Candace gets the Bible in her hand, she's going to spontaneously combust. I'm trying to tell you. I've been saying this for a while. Now do you all believe me? Now that she's mutated herself into a whole virus that no one wants, do you all believe me now when I say that when Candace touches a Bible, she's going to spontaneously combust and start melting? Boy, that demon is going to start squealing like a pig. Yeah, you can kiss my ass. Shout out to Edie Marie, you all. Oh, this is just a short video, but you know, we gotta keep the laughter going. Let's go. Let's get to it. Hit the 4 if you can hear.
I used to be like an avid reader of the New York Post. I had to stop reading it. And I mean, on the New
Oh, y'all, shout out to Milk Bar. Oh, Milk Bar, we love you, honey. So Milk Bar got a new video out. Candace always calls New York Post Zionist controlled. They're using it as a source over and over. You know, because she's a walking hypocrisy. Candace is also a walking void. No one wants to admit that either. Oh. Yeah, this is what happens when we let aliens invade our planet and then live here and procreate. Go figure. George, I promise you, when you get deported, Candace will be going with you. Whether you like it or not, she's going with you. You married her. You understand? Is going to try to use that as an opportunity to escape talking about it. I'm going to my boyfriend. Oh, man. Yeah, how much money you want to bet? As soon as he get up out of here, he's going to call Andrew Tate. Hey, babe, are you ready? I'm finally free. We got rid of Candace. George, nope. You stuck with her. Clown. Can't make this up. All right, y'all, let's get to this. Shout out to Milk Bar.
New York Post, there are literal journalists who are in the IDF. You can just see it right on their thing. This is a New York Post headline entitled, "He was suicidal and addicted to benzos." New York Post writer put this. So what they're saying is he lied. And I've been kind of telling you guys for a while that the New York Post is an Israeli op. Miraculously, the New York Post finds her. Here is the cover of the New York Post. The New York Post, which is a whole Israeli op. Don't get me started. The New York Post, the one that did like Candace Owens, anti-Semite of the year. New York Post, the New York Post that has literal IDF soldiers that write for them. Yeah, that New York Post. They are decades ahead of us in terms of controlling the information that's on the web. But then we got a confirmation. Yeah, here's the headline. New York Post. Trump club shooter who claimed that he was Diddy's sex slave was hired by music mogul Cassie testifies. New York Post ran a headline. It was Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron's scandal-plagued relationship. The New York Post did this deep dive. This is a direct quote, ready, from the article. Look, the New York Post, it's kind of looking like it's a Mossad outfit. It always kind of has been. Our guys, our resident guys over at the New York Post, every exclusive ever, it's always the New York Post, okay? I view them as a feds. Like, would you like to comment? The New York Post would like to, I said literally, New York Post, you guys are just feds. The New York Post, right? Outfit of the Mossad. Outfit of the deep state. The New York Post, the Israeli Post, right? What were they sharing there?
Why are you quoting them or reading anything from them if you have to keep defaming them that way? Why even read them? Once again, you have the inability to stop obsessing over something. Candace, you dumbass. The dumbass hantavirus has mutated and is now affecting human beings, brought forth to us from an alien from outer space. Candace Amber Rose Owens Farmer, also known as the alien White Walker, crash landed upon our planet and brought this foreign virus with her. And she never told us until now. Join us as we try to eradicate her and Blexit her ass off of our planet. Tune in to the Lady Luck Club. Can't make this up. Y'all hit that like button.
He wrote of his deep love for Israel. New York Post, just to give you an example of how insane this is. They said they had an inside source that told them that while I was at the Daily Wire, that in my first week, I threw my car keys, Zionist control, the empire medias. Erika Bronste was, as we were told, the point person for the firm. I want you guys to check out this article, which was published by New York Post. Had the exclusive photos in the story. This New York Post, for all intents and purposes, just a Mossad outfit. Okay, they work on behalf of Israel. An incident report with George Farmer in the late summer of 2024, when we were contacted. We were the ones who were told through our PR team that they were trying to get the New York Post to publish it. The Daily Wire had found a report and they were trying to push the New York Post to publish it. After looking into that report that he's referring,
girl. We do not need the New York Post to publish public documents from the court. Do you understand? You forgot that other people know how to read. Oh, you silly, dumb alien. You haven't figured out that we have the power to read in Google. So somehow you think that George's DUI should be under wraps because it's George Farmer. No. When you have the ability to pull court documents and then dox victims of S offenders, but not actually the S offenders that are already named in court documents. No, you don't want to say their names in court documents that's available to the public. You would rather dox teenage girls that are victims of these S offenders that are now sitting in prison. Because you did that, Candace. You rather dox people who aren't public figures, whose information is not available to the public. But you think that George Farmer's DUI is supposed to remain a secret. Hell no. Every time he gets his ass behind the wheel of any truck and he is drunk, violating our laws in the United States of America, we will be there to report on his dumb ass, especially when he crashes a truck into a ditch. And that poor truck did nothing to deserve that. You think that truck deserved that? That was not the ending that that truck was expecting. He could have had any other owner. But unfortunately ended up being purchased by George Farmer. And his ass still thinks that he's stuck in the Bullingdon Club, getting drunk and driving on our U.S. highways. And you don't think that we're supposed to know that he's doing this? This is a public service announcement to everyone living in the state of Tennessee. If you see George out, make sure that he is fit to drive behind the wheel of a car. If not, call the cops and have his ass locked up. Candace, we're not playing with you.
To the New York Post declined to publish because they couldn't confirm it. The New York Post, right? Outfit of the Mossad, outfit of the deep state.
Exploitative, disgusting ancestors. Y'all, that was shout out to Milk Bar TV. Oh, Lord have mercy. So we got Jeremy Boring. He responded to Candace. Candace, why are you pissing this man off? Why are you doing this, Candace? We were going to get to this the other day, but we're going to do it now. So Jeremy Boring was the original owner of the Daily Wire. They had already put out a video of when Candace got fired, once again, because that seems to be a habit for her to get fired. And of course, she wants to pretend like that video isn't real. No, I have it on my channel in my playlist. He responded to Candace, finally. So let's tune into what he said. I haven't seen this yet, so make sure you guys go check him out. Truth behind the Daily Wire layoffs. What's going on? All right, let's go.
Last week, news broke that the Daily Wire, a company I founded 11 years ago with Ben Shapiro and Caleb Robinson, laid off a number of employees. Actually, the story that broke is that they laid off over 50% of their workforce, and the person who broke that story is former Daily Wire host Candace Owens. Candace later modified her reporting to say, quote, "I'm hearing it was more like 60%. Absolute bloodbath." Daily Wire editor-in-chief Brent Shore made a statement later in the day challenging Candace's report. He said, quote, "Yes, the company had layoffs today. It's always really tough. No, it was nowhere near 50% of the company. That's insane, and also insane to post without verifying." Now, I'm no longer an active part of the Daily Wire. I don't communicate regularly with anyone at the company in any official capacity. That said, I still know many people at the company, many of whom I personally hired, and many of whom were let go in the layoffs. So generally speaking, I have pretty good insight into this story. It's easy for me to separate fact from fiction. That gives me an enormous advantage over most people on the internet trying to make sense of the conflicting reports. According to multiple sources within and without the company.
I just want y'all to pay attention to this dog over here. The dog is like, why me? Yeah, that dog is so chill, it's not even funny. Did y'all notice the doggy? Oh, he's so adorable. They got the dog over here. It's just chilling out. It's not even trying to be noticeable. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no reply. You always got us some information. The Core Collective Health Limited. Oh, you know, we gotta get that into. There are a few LLCs over there in the UK connected to George Farmer's father. Y'all know that's gonna be another expose, right? No reply. You know, you gotta put it together in one document for me, like you did the other one. We're gonna do that expose. No reply. It's like our chief resident researcher. We love him. Shout out to all of the mods, all the supporters, all the Luxters. But no reply goes in. Candace, you should be more afraid of what comes out of the LLC. I mean, you can get lured any day. But when no reply gets rolling, I let him roll. We just let him go. There's another expose on the way. Candace, we're coming for George Farmer's daddy. Oh, I love it. Oh, so get ready for that, y'all. We're going to have that schedule to set up. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. No reply whenever you're ready. We're here for it. Oh, man, y'all, the dog is smarter than the cat, he has to say. Eclectic journalist pointed it out, too. With the dog, the dog is adorable. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get back to it.
It sounds like just fewer than 50 people were laid off. I can't say with any certainty what percentage that is of the total Daily Wire employees at this point, but it's nothing like 60%. It's nothing like 50%, or for that matter, 40%, or even 30%.
Candace, you lie like
When I left a little over a year ago, we had approximately 275 employees. Some were laid off not long after I left, but many others have been hired since, as anyone following conservative media online would easily discover. Talent from Isabel Brown to Matt Fradd to Ben Domenech. And Daily Wire is still making movies too, and breaking stories and producing shows and doing whatever it is that Michael Knowles does. All that to say, Candace's reporting, insofar as it can even be called reporting, is false reporting, or at a minimum, mistaken reporting. Mistaken reporting could be the name of Candace's autobiography. When the story is how many people were let go from your favorite or least favorite media company, false reporting doesn't seem especially consequential. I mean, certainly it's consequential to every soul who lost their job at Daily Wire last week, and it's consequential to me on a personal level. Many of those laid off are my friends. One of them's been my friend for 22 years. But it's not of great consequence as a news story, or of great consequence to Candace's millions of fans, other than giving them a false sense of victory. I say false because of both their inflated sense of the numbers and because that inflated sense of numbers gives them an inflated sense of certainty that Daily Wire is finished. It isn't. What this story does do is highlight the broader phenomenon of false reporting that permeates the online space. You're being told things every single day that simply aren't so. And it's getting harder and harder to separate fact from fiction online. It's never easier to spot the lies than when they're about you. For public figures, even those with fairly small profiles like me, being lied about is par for the course. There's some scumbag out there who's made his entire business to respond to any story about me by suggesting I have a horrible toupee, when in fact, I have a wonderful hair transplant from Bosley. Highly recommend. The point is this. Line on line.
He said, yeah, before y'all think y'all putting me out there and fronting me out, I'm just going to tell you right now, I have a wonderful hair transplant. Y'all kick rocks. Look at my hair flowing in front of my face. He said, I'll pay for it. It's mine.
Either to troll or to advance some political agenda is a very real phenomenon. Now, it's easy to spot the falsehoods when the claims being made are about you or someone you know personally, or about some area in which you happen to be.
Y'all, why does Jeremy keep unfolding that leg? He sits up forward and then he sits back and fold that leg up again. You can just sit back and chill like the dog is. The dog is capturing my attention and he doesn't even have to move. Y'all, that dog is boss.
Be an expert. Maybe you've experienced this yourself. Maybe you're in the military and you're watching some war movie. You're immediately able to point out all the mistakes. That guy isn't holding his rifle the right way. That officer isn't wearing the right ribbon or whatever. Or perhaps you open up some website or news app and you come to report on some other subject that you are a studied expert in. Or a story about an event you have firsthand knowledge of, or about an individual you know personally. The mistakes and false reporting become immediately apparent to you. The scales fall from your eyes. And for a brief moment, you realize that most of what you read in the news, or at least on the internet, is just crap. But if you're like most people, you suspend your disbelief once again the moment you read a story about a subject you know nothing about. The novelist Michael Crichton called this the Gell-Mann amnesia effect, named after physicist Murray Gell-Mann. Michael Crichton described the effect this way, quote, "You open the newspaper to an article on some subject you know well. You read the article and see the journalist has absolutely no understanding of either the facts or the issues. Often, the article is so wrong, it actually presents the story backward, reversing cause and effect. I call these the wet streets cause rain stories. Papers full of them. In any case, you read with exasperation or amusement the multiple errors in a story and then turn the page to national or international affairs and read as if the rest of the newspaper was somehow more accurate about Palestine than the baloney you just read. You turn the page and forget what you know. This is the phenomenon at the heart of the entire crisis. Not just that we're being lied to, though we are. No, the deeper problem is that we are remarkably good at noticing the lies in the narrow corner of the world where we have direct knowledge.
Oh, no.
And we're remarkably bad at remembering, when we turn the page, what we just noticed. All of this matters far beyond the question of how many people were laid off from a conservative media company. It matters because people on the outside of a story have very little way of confirming whether the claims made inside a story are true or false. And the same forces that produced yesterday's lie will produce tomorrow's lie. And next time, it might be more consequential.
You get it,
I've read almost every day for a year and change that I left the Daily Wire after bankrupting the company. That's not true. Every single year that I led the Daily Wire, we grew revenue. Every year, year over year, for 10 straight years. My last full quarter as CEO was at that time the biggest quarter in the history of the company. My last full year as CEO was at that time the biggest year in the history of the company, just like the year before it had been, and the year before that, and the year before that. But the lie persists. The most stubborn lie we combated routinely at the Daily Wire during my tenure was that the company was actively being bankrolled by the billionaire Wilks brothers. The truth is that Ferris Wilks invested $4.7 million in the company in our first year. I've never so much as met his brother. I certainly never took any capital from him. And while $4.7 million is a lot of money, saying that year after year we're being funded by the billionaire Wilks brothers, when the reality is we took money from one Wilks brother in our first year and then quickly became profitable and stayed profitable and grew our revenue to over $200 million a year, well, you're just lying. It's the perfect illustration of what's changed in the information environment over the last decade. In the era when traditional media outlets still controlled the bulk of reporting on conservative media, this lie kept getting picked up. But every time it did, we were able to force a correction. Slowly, over time, the better reporters and better publications learned not to publish it because they knew they would have to retract it. That is what the model of editorial standards and legal review actually does in practice. But that model only works as long as the audience gets its news from publications that operate under it. Today, almost no one does. You can find comments on X right now, today, claiming that the Daily Wire is funded by the billionaire Wilks brothers. The narrative is still rampant in the public conversation because the Wild West of new media has no correction mechanism. The lie just keeps going. There's no editor to call. There's no retraction to.
And then plus, people get paid millions of dollars to lie like hell. Look at Candace, the dumb alien. Who knew that an alien would come to Earth and surpass many people in humanity with getting $50 to $60 million and just lying about the death of one person, one human being? Imagine if she did that for every person that died. Imagine if Candace pulled the same method to every person that she knew that died, whether they were assassinated on national television or not. Imagine if that is how she spoke on the death of any person that she knew that was a public figure, an elected official, doesn't matter. And she did this for every single person and just came up with theories and stories all over the place. Do you know how much more money she would be making? I mean, at some point, people will get sick of the dumb shit and they'll stop listening to it. But imagine how lucrative it would be, even for 6 to 8 months, for Candace to make $50 to $60 million lying and weaponizing the death of one person. Imagine if she did it for 10 people. People get paid to lie. Project Constitution lies like hell every time he put up a post. And it's not until he gets hit with a cease and desist or told, we're going to sue you, that he may take a day off or two, but he doesn't stop. He still posts up things that are not true. Because They're getting a whole lot more views when they lie like hell. Sometimes it comes down to accountability from the viewers and saying, no, we're going to start packing up these courts again. We're suing the crap out of you because no one has time for that. You could just read a book and tell the truth. But no, you want to sit here and tell people some nonsense that isn't even real. And unfortunately, this is why we talk about these cult leaders and cult mentalities. The hive cult mentality, the hive mindset, where people just believe what's said as opposed to actually doing a quick Google search. They're too lazy to just read something. So they just go along with it. And they feel it's more salacious, it's more entertaining because they lack imagination and creativity. They refuse to read a book or learn about math or, how to pronounce terms correctly. No, they would rather just listen to Candace lie like hell. An alien on our planet lying to humanity. Go figure. And she has a whole cult that are okay with that. She could say she wants someone dead. Or confess to stalking, which is a felony. And guess what happens? Unless good people start reporting her ass, nothing. Her cult isn't going to do anything. You're going to try to defend it like they're her attorneys. They won't be able to do shit when she stands before a judge. They don't care about that. It takes good people with a conscience and morality. They care about preserving the truth to put a stop to that BS. Sue them when they step out of line. Report their ass when they break the law. It's that simple. And sleep peacefully. No one owes Candace anything. She's the one with the $50 to $60 million.
Demand. There's no professional cost to the people reporting the lie. So they keep repeating it.
Project constipation.
And it works. The actual facts are readily available. They've even been reported. But the internet never lets actual facts get in the way of a good narrative. Unlike traditional journalism, online journalism hasn't developed and, in fact, largely deplores standards and safeguards. In traditional journalism, you had reporters working stories, filing Freedom of Information Act requests, digging through arcane documents, working leads and sources. You had editors and fact checkers following up on the basic ones and zeros of a story before ever approving it for print. Frequently, even quotes would be checked with the source who gave them. You had legal review, in which lawyers would ensure that reporting cleared the liability bar. No defamation, no unfounded accusations, no outright falsehoods. This entire time-consuming, expensive framework existed to ensure that stories met basic journalistic standards.
Not the dog.
In 1924, the American Society of Newspaper Editors adopted the canons of journalism, a code of ethics for their craft. It included things like responsibility, quote, "A journalist who uses his power for any selfish or otherwise unworthy purpose is faithless to a high trust." The Society of Professional Journalists Code of Ethics, last revised in 2014, says roughly the same thing in plainer language. Neither speed nor format excuses inaccuracy. The language is still right there in the code reporters are nominally trained on. We've known it formally in writing for over 100 years. We've just stopped doing it. Now, it wasn't a perfect system, but it was a system. It said in contract law you can't sign a good contract with a bad actor. So too, even good journalistic standards fall apart when the people entrusted to apply them allow their biases to lead or wrongly order their competing desires and incentives. The trend toward making change the goal of journalism, rather than truth, was popularized during the Obama era. You can find the seeds of it going back much further, all the way to the New Journalism movement of the 1960s, or the Watergate-era hagiographies of crusading reporters, to hundreds of films and books that taught a generation of young people that the highest calling in the field was to bring down the wicked. But Barack Obama used his position as a pseudo-religious figure on the left to accelerate that trend into orthodoxy. He redefined how an entire generation of journalists at all levels of the craft saw themselves. No longer was their primary job to speak truth to power, but to create social change. It is in many ways his most lasting achievement, along with destroying movies and rock and roll. Take MSNBC. The network had always leaned left, of course, but through the 2000s, it at least gestured toward balance. Tucker Carlson hosted his own nightly show. Pat Buchanan was a regular. Enter Barack Obama. In 2008, Obama ran on, quote, change we can believe in. And during election week, MSNBC changed its on-air slogan to the power of change. So close to the campaign slogan that Pennsylvania Democratic Governor Ed Rendell called MSNBC, quote, the official network of the Obama campaign, and called their coverage, quote, absolutely embarrassing. In 2014, Jorge Ramos, who anchored Univision's evening news for almost 40 years, accepted a Committee to Protect Journalists award by making the case for what he called, quote, point of view journalism. Quote, it's perfectly okay, he told the room, not to be neutral and to openly take a stand. Nicole Hannah-Jones, the New York Times Magazine writer who won a 2020 Pulitzer Prize, for commentary notably, not reporting, told CBS in 2021, quote, all journalism is activism. She pointed to the Washington Post's own slogan, democracy dies in darkness, as proof. That, she said, is not a neutral position. Wesley Lowery, who won a Pulitzer for national reporting at the Washington Post and later went to CBS, made the argument explicitly in the summer of 2020. Quote, American, view from nowhere, objectivity-obsessed, both sides journalism is a failed experiment. And Louis Raven Wallace, then a reporter for NPR's Marketplace, wrote a blog post in 2017 titled, Objectivity is Dead, and I'm okay with it. Marketplace.
Oh, child, when you start doing that, recipe for disaster. I want to get to where he talks about George Farmer. I'm sorry, I want to get to that part. Okay, here we go. Because George, come to the front of the room, George. You got drunk and had an accident. Why are you embarrassed by that? No one told you to do that, you clown.
Or even basic honesty. In recent weeks, public records and documents have surfaced alleging that Candace's husband, George Farmer, was arrested in Nashville in August 2023 for DUI and leaving the scene of an accident. When Candace insists that this has nothing to do with her husband, that it's some completely different George Farmer in Nashville, Tennessee, well, that denial strikes me as pretty audacious. I was first made aware of the arrest and charges, leaving the scene of an accident after wrecking his truck at 3 times the legal limit while carrying a loaded firearm, shortly after it happened, back when Candace still worked for me at the Daily Wire. People who had access to the court documents approached me with them quite early, before the situation was resolved. By the time Candace started to engage in more and more evil behavior, the arrest was pretty well known in conservative circles. I was personally approached more than once by people asking me if I would speak out about the charges. In every instance, I refused. Not because I thought Candace's conduct was
See, Candace, he confirmed that George caught a DUI because he couldn't somehow get his boyfriend to drive him back and forth to the bar. Was it too hard to get an Uber, George? Wasn't Uber a thing in 2023? Uber was a thing, right? I mean, they had the money to get a driver. They could have just hired a driver for the day. Do they not have any friends? He could get his friends or somebody to, I'll pay you $2,000 to take me over to the bar and come pick me up when I'm ready. I don't want to drive after drinking. I mean, it's ridiculous how he thought, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drive myself in, Blackie Hot Wheels and go to a bar, go somewhere to drink lots and lots of alcohol, get drunk 2 times over the BAC limit, and then get behind the wheel of a car and get on U.S. highways in the state of Tennessee. I think I'm just going to drive home and nothing's going to happen if I crash this truck into a ditch. To the point where the tire is gone. The front driver tire was gone. It was gone. He crashed that truck so hard, the tire came off. You can't make this up. Lord mercy. And she wanted that to just remain quiet. Why? Candace, you weren't the one that got drunk and crashed your car into a ditch. George did. That's not a low blow to report on it. It's a low blow for him to think that everyone on the highways in Tennessee should be on the lookout for his drunk ass driving behind the wheel of a car. The audacity of you to think that people are supposed to be okay with George Farmer getting sloppy drunk, sloppy toppy, and then getting behind the wheel of a car and quite possibly putting their lives in danger. How dare you? Man, that level of arrogance, oh man. Y'all looking at that dog, it just calms me all the way back down. That dog is sleeping good, eh? I don't know, something about your voice, Jeremy Boring. It's calming. It's very soothing. I really wanted to watch the whole video, but we had to get to this part here because I felt myself getting to the point of the dog. Not because he's boring, but because his voice is very soothing. It's almost close to my bedtime. Can you blame me? But he confirms that George Farmer caught a DUI. And Candace acts like he's never gotten in legal trouble. He was in the Bullingdon Club. Candace, your husband in this lavender marriage, has gone around and gotten drunk, gotten sloppy toppies, and crashed restaurants for fun in the Bullingdon Club. Are you serious? That's all he did. The Bullingdon Club is a club where these kids got drunk as hell and got away with getting in legal trouble to the point where someone died. That's right. We saw some videos of research done on the Bullingdon Club, and at least one person lost their life because of a drunk driver. Go figure. And Candace thinks, well, you all are supposed to just deal with me and George, you know. If he gets drunk, so what? Why talk about him getting drunk and possibly killing himself and others? You know, and then never mind the fact that someone actually died because of a drunk driver in the Bullingdon Club. And they tried to wrap that up and never talk about it. Shout out to Nemo for doing the research and putting all of that together in a video. But someone lost their life to that. And what does George do? Comes to the United States of America as an immigrant, learns nothing, and still gets drunk and drive. It crashes a what's estimated $150,000 truck into a ditch. Hard enough to knock off the front driver tire. But not one time did he ever sit back and say, you know, I'm so sorry for being an idiot, for coming to the U.S. thinking that Americans are not going to whoop my ass for putting everybody's lives in danger because I'm out here getting drunk and sloppy and driving and crashing vehicles. Because the next time, I hope that some Americans that live in Tennessee, you know, if they just so happen to drive past, see George walking along the highway again, trying to leave the scene of an accident where he got drunk and crashed a vehicle, I hope they whoop his ass. The hell is going on with her? She thinks people supposed to be okay with that. You can't make this up. People lose their lives to drunk drivers. You've had people's lives just upheavaled by a drunk driver. And Candace does not want people to know that George has crashed a vehicle in 2023 because he chose to get drunk and he chose to drive a car. No one forced him to do that. It was a choice. He could have chose to get a driver and let someone drive him around. No, too much like right. Imagine the doggy on the couch in the truck that George totaled. That truck was totaled. It didn't have a fender bender. Candace, you dumb lying demon. Imagine the dog was in the truck. This cute dog on the couch, sleep. Imagine that dog being in the truck that George totaled because he chose to go somewhere, get drunk, and try to drive. And then walk away from it like a punk ass coward and not own up to it. Boy, I wish a couple Tennessee real men would have just whooped his ass.
Defensible, far from it. But because I believed then and still believe that family should generally be off limits. But of course, Candace doesn't believe family is off limits, just ask Charlie Kirk's widow. And so people now have decided to play by Candace's rules.
Ciao.
But here, too, the lack of journalism online is very much a part of the story. While the charges are now public knowledge, making Candace's denials look increasingly strained, there's almost no reporting on what actually happened to the case. There's still no reporting on what happened to the charges themselves. Did Candace and George pay to make them go away? Did the police make an error or violate George's rights in some way? Were the charges brought against him found to be untrue? I mean, the police arresting you doesn't mean you're guilty after all. Responsible journalists would be pursuing these questions if there were any responsible journalists left to pursue them. And of course, it's hard to talk about deception in media without talking about Tucker Carlson. As an
Lord, we can't talk about the crackhead Mickey Mouse. There are a few of us that have tried to get a FOIA request in for the police body cam footage. And so, it's 2026. It's been 3 years. It comes down to whether or not the footage is still available. And if it comes down to having to get it from his defense attorneys that may have went to court and made it go away, who knows? We have to get that information. But don't think that no one has tried, Jeremy. Don't think no one has tried. Y'all, shout out to the dog. I wanted to get that part in of the video. Now, we do have, oh man.
All right, folks. So
Gary brought in an attorney and spoke about the lawsuit and all of that. This is like 20 minutes. Oh boy. And I wanted to go over this. Plus, shout out to Gary, y'all. How you doing, Gary? I know. You're like, I'm sick of the Lady Luck Club. Oh boy. Gary, I feel bad, honey. I feel bad. But we're gonna check this out because see, this is the thing. Candace, she's got that lawsuit from the Macrones, but this one hit different because it's a federal lawsuit. And because the evidence is so direct and straightforward, she knows she doesn't have a shot in hell to win. I don't care what her little flunkies and her little cult members say. And to the one that is supposed to be an attorney of some sort or a lawyer, what's his name? Yeah, no, he could twist this up however he wants, but he would never make those legal arguments in a court of law. His video was so stupid. I'm just running a blank. I can't remember his name. The little flunky, Baron Coleman. Child, let me tell y'all something. YouTube is not court. This is something the candy asses care less about. They don't care to digest this in. YouTube is not court. So all these things that Baron Coleman have said on YouTube, in a video on YouTube, he will not say even an eighth of that in a court of law. Because you can't make legal arguments in court without case law and without evidence. It needs to be based on a finding of fact, law, and evidence. Giving his opinion of things is irrelevant when you step into a court of law, especially when you're dealing with a federal case, a federal lawsuit. These judges are not in the mood to hear that bullshit. Because the first thing I'm going to say is, counselor, can you cite case law on this? What are you getting this from? You giving us your opinion? You're subjecting us to this hearsay? We don't care about that, counselor. The judge would admonish Baron Coleman for going into court and manipulating the law and throwing out his theories and opinions on things. The judge would admonish him for that. So go in there and think if you tough if you want to, Baron Coleman. That judge will handle your ass and give you some sanctions and fees to go along with it. And reputable, respectable attorneys, they don't want to be admonished. They don't want a federal judge admonishing them. It's like a blemish on their record. It's a hit to their career. Especially when you're talking about handling certain cases that are heard in specific courts and you're there all the time. You know, these attorneys, they kind of build a little rapport with some of these judges. If they have, you know, a high volume caseload, they can, you know, have hearings, and especially if they hear the same types of cases, you tend to get familiar with the judges in those courts. So you have bankruptcy lawyers that deal with bankruptcy cases, then of course they're going to be more familiar with these bankruptcy judges. Not a whole lot of bankruptcy courts all over the place. So of course, if you get one of those judges that you're used to handling cases and, you know, litigating cases in front of, and they admonish you as an attorney, and they're a federal judge, you understand how embarrassing that is? See, the candy asses don't understand stuff like that because they're stupid. It's not something they think about. But see, Baron Coleman can talk all that tough crap if he wants in a YouTube video. He will never say that crap in a court of law in front of a judge and jury. They will tear his ass up, and the judge will tell him to sit down somewhere or give him 5 minutes to go collect himself. Like, counselor, you're not speaking law at all. You just tell us how you feel. We don't care about that. He knows it. He knows it. Baron Coleman knows that none of that shit will fly in a federal court in front of a federal judge. So you can keep running your mouth on YouTube and X, trying to kiss Candace's ass. Remember, Baron Coleman, you went to law school. She did not. Candace is at the mercy of an attorney. And we see how dumb she is when it comes to matters in the court. This girl won't even go to a trial hearing when she knows she's going to lose. You're going to sit here and decry you have a yeast infection for 7 months and not pay rent. Baron Coleman has nothing to say about that, though. He didn't ask her, why didn't you go to court, to the trial hearing? You had an opportunity to go in and actually make your case, and you didn't. So they won by default judgment. What the hell are we talking about? Candace has been stalling the Macron lawsuit for how long? She can't even keep a good attorney. And yet Baron Coleman thinks he knows things. The hell? Funny how he has not volunteered to be her attorney, though. Now, do that, Baron Coleman. You believe in your cult leader so much. Why don't you represent her for free? I dare you. I dare Baron Coleman to volunteer to represent Candace for free in this federal lawsuit from Brian Harper. You talk all that big shit. Yeah, back it up. Represent your cult leader for free in this federal lawsuit. I dare you. We'll wait. You see, we can all talk that good shit too. I'm one where I'm going to call you bluff, Baron Coleman. If you truly believe in whatever you said in that video trying to defend her, why don't you represent her as her attorney for free? It should be easy for you, shouldn't it, Baron Coleman? Yeah, we calling him out. Shouldn't it be easy for you to win? This case is not gonna get anywhere, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So let's call your dumb bluff. Represent her for free. Be the lead attorney on her defense team, Baron Coleman. We'll wait for you to file your order of entry with his dumb ass. This is Baron Coleman. Is it Baron? Baron, whatever his name is. Baron Coleman. Clown sitting here playing attorney, talking about how Brian Harper was going to lose, where he did nothing but utter a bunch of bullshit and his opinions. He will never make that argument in a court. And I wish he would. I dare him to do that. I wish you would. Go to court and represent Candace for free in this federal lawsuit and say all the things that you said in your YouTube video. Is it Baron or Baron? Is it Baron? Baron? What am I saying? Juju, am I nailing it? Oh, man. I'm just like, he wants to sit here and, talk a good game and stuff and say all this crap in a YouTube video. No, go take that to court. Why are you saying all this in a YouTube video? You said you went to law school. No, go to court and go represent her for free. I dare you to tell a federal judge that. He knows damn well he will get admonished. The judge will hand him his butt. Just sit down, counselor. And he gonna look, okay, Judge, thank you. He's not gonna sit there and do all that in court. He's a clown. Is it Quran? Oh, child. It's so crazy. Let's see here. Before we get into this, S5 says, yeah, because I saw documents saying body cam footage was available, but it would be $585 to get it. Yeah, that was one person that put in a request. Artie Trolls put in a request. He said that they told him that he would have to be a Tennessee resident, but then they cited section of Tennessee statute that related to public hospitals or something. Now there isn't any body cam footage. Sounds like Tennessee not being honest. Exactly. They're giving like different responses depending on who's the requester and who's fulfilling the request. It's like they're getting back different responses from them. I think Candace called them and told them, don't, if anybody calls you, I'll ask for my husband's, my gay husband's body cam footage. Can you all just pretend like you don't have it? Candace, go sit your ass down somewhere. You're interfering with federal law, girl. Go sit your ass down. You already got a federal lawsuit. Keep on going, girl. All right, let's get to it. George thought he would just make this all go away in the U.S. No, we don't play that here. All right, hit the phone y'all can see in here. Shout out to Gary at Paramount Tactic. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I think that Candace Owens is really, really messed up this time. I think she's painted herself into a corner that she's not going to be able to get out of. Everybody was reaching out to me saying, Gary, you got to watch this episode that we're getting ready to show you portions of. And because she's accusing you of threatening her, she's accusing you of some grand conspiracy. And this episode was essentially made as a response to the Brian Harper lawsuit. And I got to tell you, I think she really screwed up here because not only are we going to prove that she's lying all throughout this to cover up what she actually did, I think it further proves malice and complete reckless disregard for the truth. And you guys can be the judge. And I hope that Dylan Law Group is actually watching this. I've never seen anybody that is able to go out there and victimize people on the level and scale that she does and then pretends that she's the victim. It is something to behold and should be studied for years to come. But let's go ahead and jump into this and let's play this.
Definitively what one of the YouTubers said, our military boys who were effectively threatening me to not ask Mitch anything. Don't interview Mitch. Don't speak to Mitch. He's got baby mamas. He's got issues.
All right, this is going to be a theme throughout this, folks. First of all, the only time that we do about baby mamas or anything else was long after her full interview with Mitch. This is really the crux of this video. She's going to attempt to create the false narrative that before she interviewed Mitch, people were basically threatening her to not interview Mitch. We didn't even know who Mitch was until after the interview. But let's continue to watch this nonsense.
we're going to blow up your spot. We're going to show everybody what kind of a man he is. Okay. I'm not trying to marry this dude. Just trying to figure out if he was at Fort Huachuca. Let's read some of those messages now to provide you with context.
He was there, Candace. Oh man, when you go to court, you're gonna lose so bad. Just because he was there does not mean that Erika Kirk and Brian Harpool were there. See, that's the lie. But you could keep playing like you're stupid. I mean, the judge and jury will see through your garbage. But keep pretending like you're dumb. You and Mitch know. Now he's got to cash out that 147,000. What is it at? Just save GoFundMe now. He's got to cash it out because he's got to go get an attorney. Because you're not going to give him money for that girl. I highly doubt she's matched the donations dollar for dollar like she lied and said she would do. Candace, you can't even keep an attorney. Did all the attorneys withdraw yet from the Macron lawsuit or just that one? What are we looking at? Is that Barack Coleman dude gonna represent you for free? Because he talks mad shit. Yeah, let's see if he's gonna represent you for free. That'll be something else. Never mind the fact that Mitch Snow raised a hammer to hit this woman on video. No, I don't care if he beats a woman with a hammer. I just want to know if he saw Erika Kirk, because I hate her guts and I can't stand her and I'm just obsessed with her and she's occupying my thoughts 24/7. Never mind the fact that I have 4 kids in this lavender marriage. Nope. Completely obsessed with Erika Kirk. Poor Samantha. She's just got to feel so lonely right now. She didn't care that bitch. No, raise a hammer to hit a woman. No, forget that. Domestic abuse. Oh, murder? No, I don't care.
Messages were intended to
context is important. It's going to be real important with these messages. Listen closer.
be delivered to me, right? So this is the YouTube military boys insisting that I speak with them so they could explain to me, because this is their territory. Why we know military stuff. That this is a case of stolen valor. Mitch wasn't even in the military. He's a fraud. I spoke to an ex-wife who said he never even has ever been to Fort Huachuca.
Again, she's creating distractions here and creating straw man arguments. There were some people saying that he was never in the military. I never said that. I said I doubted that he was actually special operations. Come to find out, as soon as I found out otherwise, because he was. But what she's sitting here saying is that we talked to ex-wives that said he was never at Fort Huachuca. I talked to all his ex-wives. That was never said.
Huachuca in his whole life. That's where we were starting with this. Here's one of those messages I want to read. And so the person saying, dude, he didn't see Erika and Brian Harpool. He's just a con artist. My source at Turning Point USA literally said they have all the documents and proof. Both Brian and Erika weren't there. And they're purposefully giving Candace rope to hang herself with this while they build a massive defamation lawsuit. Huh?
All right, so just a little context for this as well. I don't know who.
Candace, your reading skills are horrible. Vet bros effectively threatened her career. Woohoo! Oh, we got to check that out tomorrow. Tag me in any video where they did that. She threw Valhalla under the tiny bus. Valhalla VFT to Ian Carroll. She threw Valhalla under the tiny bus. Ian Carroll, is that the one where I keep confusing him for a woman? Is that the guy that does he have a mullet or something? Why do I keep thinking Ian Carroll's a woman? I don't care about Ian Carroll. Kiss my ass. Ian Carroll's a man, though, right? It's a guy. Oh God. That's what I keep confused as a woman. Every time I say Ian Carroll, who is she? Oh no, that's the dude with the mullet. Freedom. Oh, Freedom Mercury. Except no talent. Ian Carroll can barely talk. Child. Oh, it's hard listening to him. So cringe. And the whole time I'm like, why does he still have a mullet? Why are we doing this? It's not even cool. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it.
These text messages are, they're not mine. I suspect they're between Ian Carroll and Nate from Valhalla VFT. I can't confirm that 100%, but that's what it looks like to me from what I know about this. Now, what I will tell you is that all of her people, Ian Carroll, Evan Kilgore, many, many more, VFT, these are people that were on her side and for all intents and purposes, I guess still are. But they were trying to warn her, don't buy into the story. And this is after the interview.
What? That doesn't make. I'm in communication with Turning Point USA during this time. I sat down with Erika this exact week. What do you? Why wouldn't you? Does that make any sense? Why would you? This doesn't make sense to me. I'm thinking this can't be right. Here's another message. No, she thinks because he went to a military base, that means that his story about seeing Erika and Harpole is somehow credible. Also, it's looking like he spent time locked up and got his special forces tab revoked for crimes against a child. This is according to blank. Anyway, I did my due diligence, and we can do it the hard way. I did my due diligence, by giving her a chance. We can do it the hard way and tie her to a con artist with a horrible history of abuse against women and children and raising $130,000 for him. Like they were basically threatening me before I spoke to Mitch.
First of all, you had already spoken to him when he came on you, before he came on your dumb show, you moron. How would you have been able to link up with him and bring him on if you had not talked to him beforehand? That wasn't impromptu. Y'all plant that. You know, they call it premeditation. Candace, I know these are big words for you. Okay? Premeditation, intentional, willingly, knowingly, wantonly. Big words. You will learn more about them as this case moves through the court. That's if you don't try to settle out first, to which I believe she will try to do. Candace does not like discovery of her released to the public. And Candace, discovery works both ways. So you do know we will learn more about you and George from not just this lawsuit, but also from the one from Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron. Yeah, all that discovery will be released to the public, girl. And you get in a hissy fit over George's DUI. How do you all think that's going to go when we start learning about her financials? Any other discovery that can be pulled out of Candace? If it goes through the courts, Candace, it is available to the public. They're not going to seal it because you're Candace Owens. They don't give a damn. You would have to motion for that to be sealed and then give a good legal reasoning as to why it should be. Because once again, I thought you want the government and our court systems to be transparent and to be held accountable. You only want that unless it involves you and George Farmer. Girl, if you don't kick rocks and get your ass on. No. All of Candace's discovery, including her financials and anything relevant to the case, that's going to be available to the public. And the best way to keep that from happening is to try to settle. See, she knows she messed up when she tried to sue the apartment complex, talking about, I've had a yeast infection for 7 months. And then she didn't pay rent and all that. She learned then, I don't like my information getting out there like that. Because look how Lady Luck Clark keeps teasing me about Grimace yeasting. Look how it's used against her. Her photos that she took trying to show that she had this blotch thing going on from yeast infections and black mold. Look how it's being used against her. Now she's mad. Candace knows either I'm going to go through the discovery process because it works both ways, or let me settle and keep that confidential. And that way I don't have to worry about discovery. We'll just pay them and keep it moving. That's what she's going to try to do. I haven't missed the mark yet because Candace is a narcissist who doesn't want people to know about what's really going on with her and George Farmer, especially their finances. Hell no. She was so mad when Laura put out that information about the Battery Lane Trust. How do you all think it's going to go when it comes to discovery in court? Oh, it's going to be much more information that the public will be able to get their hands on because the court wants to be transparent and accountable. And unfortunately for you, Candace, that means that your information will be available for the public to get a hold to. And you know the only way to keep that under wraps is to do an out-of-court settlement. And if you do that, then your cult members are going to be like, wait a minute, I thought you wanted subpoena power. What's the deal? And then, they'll probably keep living because then they'll realize, we want to keep our cult leader happy. We're going to have to just suck it up and not ask questions. After a while, they won't care or pretend like they don't. She can't even tell them that she filed a motion to dismiss and be proud of it. This goes to show how she handles this stuff. This is why we go over these lawsuits about Candace. Because when it comes down to it, Candace runs and hides. She doesn't want discovery on her to get out to the public. She doesn't want people to know how much money she has coming in. She doesn't want to risk being deposed or being put under oath or having a financial affidavit given over to the court. And then knowing if she lies on that she's made a statement under the penalty of perjury that's now false and can still be hit with perjury on that. No, she don't want that to happen. So this is why it's laughable to see Ron Coleman sitting here talking about, oh, Brian Harper doesn't have a chance. He's going to lose. Candace doesn't even want to go to discovery. She just says that every single time she gets sued because it's the only way she feels good for 5 minutes. And then she realizes, oh shit, I don't want discovery out on me because I can't even handle George's DUI being put out there 3 years later. And she's got to find a way to tap dance around the idea of her trying to get to an out-of-court agreement and settle to avoid all of that. How do I tell the cult? Candy ass is going to be so mad and so disappointed. They had to learn from us that she filed a motion to dismiss. She didn't even tell them that much. Candace, you're a coward and a punk ass. Of course, she doesn't want to go to court. So all this she's doing, this is a PR. It's public relations. It's a stunt. It's a show for her. The reality hits when she steps into that courtroom. Candace, you have court in June at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have your dumb ass there.
He spoke to Mitch.
We're saying you go through with this and we're going to tie you to this con artist, basically threatening me before I spoke to Mitch.
All right. So a couple things here. Number one, we didn't know who Mitch was till after the interview. Here we see that the text messages reference Snow. We didn't know who Mitch Snow was until long after that interview.
It's just a fact that this happened. He was there. I was also able to establish it because now it's like beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, when we get back after this brief break from our sponsors, we are going to bring on, and this is his new name, Mitch.
So again, Mitch Snow, we didn't even know who that was. Every other time, her original December 9th episode referenced him as Harry Myers. I don't even know if she used his last name, but we knew that it was Harry. But this is the first time that we ever heard of Mitch and later found out it was Mitch Snow. All right, and you can see from these text messages, this is referencing the Gibson GoFund that we know didn't start.
Coach Collins banned you for posting up. The only thing I posted on Coach Collins was the dismissal request Candace put forward in Macron v. Owens and got banned. Are you serious? No. Oh, no. Oh, Coach Collins is a simp. He's such a simp. What a simp. Candace is not stunning you, Coach Collins. I don't know what his name is. Am I saying it right? Coach Collins, Candace is not stunning you. She's barely stunned George. She's definitely not stunning your dumb ass. You sipping out here and banning people because of what's already on the court docket? Unbelievable. Is he mad that he was forced to read? He banned you because you sent him words on a paper. Oh man, do we need to send him a pretty picture? Maybe that'll go through. Oh man, they banned you for posting up the motion to dismiss. No. Sipping down the listen. Oh, that's so sad. That's so, oh, Coach Collins, you're such a punk. Oh my God, he's such a simp. Unbelievable. I can't believe it, Rick. Man, somebody, because he had to read a document. It's a motion to dismiss. Why is he mad? Oh God. You think he would call Candace out for this? I thought you said you wanted to go to the discovery phase. Is that a no? You don't want discovery? What do you mean? How dare you betray us? The candy ass simpletons. You know that's stupid.
Until after her interview with Mitch Snow. She references at the very end of his interview, hey, I'm going to start a fund for you. We know that the Get Send Go fund was created on December 19th, and it didn't reach $130,000 till December 21st. So her trying to remake history and sit there and say that these threats were coming before she interviewed Mitch Snow, and they're not threats, they were warning. These were people that were looking out for her. I was all about it. Freaking take this story. I'm fine with it because I know you're lying about so much, and this will just be further proof that you're lying again. But these are people that were in her corner that were trying to tell her, don't air this story. This guy is a fraud. He's a con. And she would have nothing of it. And she turned on these people that were really trying to look out for her. So we can see the date in the timeline here. We know that the first Fort Huachuca story aired on December 9th, 2025. And then we know she sat down with Erika Kirk on December 15th for that 4-hour meeting. And she aired the results of that on December 16th. And then, of course, on December 18th is when she had the full interview with Mitch Snow.
What? That doesn't make, I'm in communication
still lying
with
like
Point USA during this time. I sat down with Erika this exact week. What do you, why wouldn't you, does that make any sense? Why would you, this doesn't make sense to me. I'm thinking this can't be right. Here's another.
That's right. She sat down with Erika Kirk for over 4 hours on December 15th. Erika flew to her, capitulated, gave her everything that she wanted, flew to her, sat there and answered any and all questions that Candace Owens had. So we also know, because she admits to it later on, that Candace knew that Mitch said that he saw Erika Kirk at this point. We didn't hear that until December 18th during the full interview. But we also already know that he already accused Brian Harple of being there. So she's sitting there with 4 hours directly in front of Erika Kirk. Why didn't she ask for alibis? Why didn't she ask Erika Kirk right then and there?
Yeah, for all those text messages and posts and all that crap that she kept talking about and blah, blah, blah. Why did she ask for that? I said the same thing. Oh, such a good question, Gary. You know what's so crazy? Candace doesn't care. That's why. She doesn't give a damn. She had unfriended Charlie Kirk, had not even talked to him or been around him for at least a year leading up to his death. She looks at his assassination video with awe and wonder. With just a calm peacefulness. She's not disturbed or sad or crying at the end. Candace does not give one shit at all. I know people don't always like my language, but it is what it is. She doesn't care. She will watch Charlie Kirk get assassinated over and over and over and over and over again in various videos from various angles. And then admit to being obsessed over that. How many times does she have to show this SUV with all that blood in it? It doesn't care. YouTube refuses to take down those videos or say it's not appropriate for children. Nope, they let shit sit up there, fully monetized and everything with sponsors all in it. The sponsors don't say anything about it. Like, don't sit here and give us a shout out and sponsor. No, Not when you're going over a video where someone's being assassinated. Can you leave us out of that? Hidden Valley Ranch don't give a damn. Just buy their steaks. Planned Parenthood, no, you got blood and vehicles and stuff, and somebody's losing their life. No, never mind that. Just make sure you sign up for this Planned Parenthood thing. They don't care about her even doing an ad for her sponsors in these videos where she's showing vehicles with blood in it. Candace doesn't give a damn. She's soulless and a demonic alien. We're trying to get her off of our planet, people. We're working hard to do that. Candace, get the hell out of here.
If she was at Fort Huachuca, she could have provided that information. Well, let's see what Candace has to say about that.
Oh, actually, let's go back to the meeting with Erika, because this is also relevant. During that meeting, I did not bring up the Fort Huachuca thing because I, first and foremost, needed to continue vetting various aspects of it, but also I have Brian Harpole's number. And so I was just going to text Brian Harpole directly. But it is worth saying that during that interview, Erika gave me Brian Harpole's flights and said, I know that you mentioned that you thought Brian Harpole was at this interview. Here are his flights. Now, you guys would later see those flights because Alex Jones then mysteriously has these flights. I took the...
It's not mysterious. It's not mysterious. He probably requested it and reported on it. The end. See, Alex Jones had an opportunity to get in Candace's ass about that. He knew she lied about it. And what does he do? Punk out. A whole nother simp. Why these grown men keep simping for Candace? They know damn well she lies like hell is hot. And now where's Alex Jones? Still paying out $1 billion to people. Can't make this up.
Well, why did Alex Jones release that information before you? That's weird.
Flights from her. I thought it was interesting because I didn't bring up Fort Huachuca and I wasn't intending to bring up Fort Huachuca, and I hadn't mentioned Erika on the show.
So there she is admitting that she was given exculpatory evidence directly from Erika Kirk that Brian Harpole wasn't there. And if it wasn't good enough, the itineraries weren't good enough, that wasn't good enough evidence for her to prove that, they could have hashed it out right then and there. She also already had the information that Mitch Snow thought that he saw Erika there. And she could have asked Erika directly for an alibi, but she didn't. Why? Because she's malicious and she wanted the story, the views, the clicks, more than she did the truth. It's just a fact.
But I got to say, that's a far cry from what Brian Harpole is now claiming in his lawsuit. In his lawsuit filing, remember, he says the reason they didn't respond to my not one, not two, but 3 separate messages. Remember, here they are. Here are my messages. Hey, Brian, Candace. People telling me that you're planning siege regarding a lawsuit. I want to see if you wanted to have an off-record discussion with me about anything, or if you'd like to simply clarify something that you think I got wrong. There's this caricature of Candace Owens out there that she never does any due diligence, just puts out vibes.
No. Caricature. What'd she say? Caricature of what?
Caricature of Candace Owens.
Are you referring yourself in the third person? Candace turned herself into an object. That's what aliens do. I'm not shocked. Why are you referring to yourself in the third person? So now you don't want to claim yourself, you dumb alien. What the hell is this? Y'all, it'll turn herself into a wacky drawing. Oh, man. Oh, you're such a coward. Candace. Condoleezza. Karen. You're such a coward. Why are you referring to yourself in the third person? Now you don't want to admit that you said those things? What the? Oh, God. This dumb alien. Oh, come on, girl.
Out there that she never does any due diligence, just puts out vibes. She doesn't try to actually get to the truth.
And this whole interaction proves exactly that no one should trust you, that you're not in it for the truth, that you don't do due diligence. You just proved that you had Brian Harpole's number the entire time. And you could have attempted to talk to him before you aired that episode on December 9th, but you didn't care. The only time that you started to care was when you heard he was potentially going to sue you. You could have called him at any point in time. And before, if you were responsible, if you were a journalist, if you cared about the truth, the fact is that you would have texted him before you aired that episode to confirm or deny the information that was going on and give him a chance to clear himself, but that's not what you did. You didn't reach out to him until December 17th, a full 8 days after the defamatory episode on December 9th, and 2 days after Erika had already provided evidence that Brian Harple was not there. That is complete reckless disregard for the truth. So when she doesn't get an answer from Brian Harple, and then in spite of having evidence that Brian Harple wasn't there, she just goes ahead and does the full interview with Mitch Snow, further defaming him. And not once does she inform you, her audience, that she had that evidence. At least I would have given some sort of balance to the story. Hey, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no, she didn't do that with the Macrons either, you know, because she has photos of Brigitte Macron when Brigitte Macron was younger that would prove that she is a full-fledged woman. Candace, you gonna keep holding those photos? You lying heifer. So this lying heifer of an alien has actual evidence from the Macron lawsuit as well. Candace, you know how I know? Because I got them. Oh, Candace, you still dumber than a rock. That's why we're doing an expose on George's daddy. Candace, you really want me doing that? I'm just gonna have fun with it. Me and No Reply are gonna go in on you, girl. Shout out to No Reply. We love you, honey.
I do have some evidence that Brian Harple wasn't there. I mean, if that isn't a clear indication of malice, I don't know what is.
They have all the documents and proof. Both Brian and Erika weren't there. And they're purposefully giving Candace rope to hang herself with this while they build a massive defamation lawsuit.
Yeah, as anyone would. They gave you plenty of rope to hang yourself with because they did everything they could to prevent it. They acted in good faith. They gave you the information that you needed and or could have followed up with before the accusations.
Exactly.
But that's not how this works in the United States. We don't just go out and accuse people and just defame them, slander them, say they're guilty of murder, and then defend the validity of this story for months and months and months, never once telling your audience that you actually have exculpatory evidence. For months, she demanded alibis from people, leaving the accusation hanging over them that these people were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination and convincing the world, by the way. So, I mean, millions of people, because of this story that is complete nonsense, are convinced that they were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. She did this, and now she wants to sit around, make up complete lies, pretend that she's the victim, and make up this conspiracy that is, again, based on lies. She's attempting to say that these people tricked me into saying this. Get out of here. This is, I mean, the insanity of this is just breathtaking. It's hard to watch. It really is. So yesterday, Candace decided to comment on one of my posts, and I kind of let her have it. And I think this tweet really does summarize this entire thing. Oh, look, the DEI queen of lies in my comments. I have a banger video for you tomorrow, proving once again that you lied while crying, woe is me, like the victim method actor that you are. You didn't text Harple until December 17th, a full 8 days after you defamed him with your Fort Huachuca premiere on December 9th. You also proved you had his contact information, but showed such disregard for the truth that you didn't text him before airing that episode. You first reached out on December 17th, only after hearing he planned to sue you. You further proved malice by airing the Mitch Snow interview on December 18th without hearing from him and with no proof he was there. As a matter of fact, she had evidence that he wasn't there, but completely threw that out the window, didn't even bother to tell her viewers that she had that information. You met with Erika on December 15th, 6 days after airing the Fort Huachuca story, while in contact with Mitch Snow, the son of the Zodiac Killer, yet never asked.
Candace, this man professed to be the son of the Zodiac Killer. Do you understand how horrible that is? The Zodiac Killer was a mass murderer that taunted the police department. And he confessed with no evidence, by the way. No evidence on no DNA tests and nothing. That he was the son of the Zodiac Killer. Why would that be bragging rights for him? Because he's evil as well. This is the same miscreant that raised a hammer to hit his wife because he was throwing a tantrum like a man-child baby. He was going to hit this woman with a hammer. We saw the video with Candace. We slowed it down. I had to take a screenshot because it was so unbelievable. And what does he brag about? Being the son of a Zodiac Killer. A mass murderer. Oh my goodness. Candace, you reek of evil.
Asked her if she was at Fort Huachuca during that 4-hour meeting. 3 days later, you aired the Mitch Snow interview implicating Erika, Kirk, and Charlie's assassination. You then claimed vet bros were threatening you to not interview him, which is laughable since everything you cited as proof came after your episode aired. Those texts referenced Mitch. No one knew who Mitch was before December 18th. They also referenced the Give, Send, Go account and specifically the $130,000, which was after the interview. Your own allies, Ian Carroll, Evan Kilgore, and VFT warned you Mitch lied to you. But now you call that a threat. You want to use all those facts and cry victim that you were entrapped into a defamation suit. Your own stupidity and ignorance did that. I hope Harmeet Dillon and Dylan Law watch your Wednesday show. I think it turns a good lawsuit into a slam dunk. Keep lying that I was paid by TPUSA or directed by Andrew Colvett and you'll face another lawsuit. It's a lie and you know it. Watching you crash and burn after grifting off Charlie's corpse, trying to destroy his legacy and family is glorious. I'm here for it. Here's a video clip to remind the world how sure you were of the evidence you were providing and stating they were facts while defaming Brian Harpole.
I just cannot see how this would lead to anything other than a full confession from the government about the military's involvement in his assassination.
And she kept saying the military, like she couldn't narrow it down to one particular sector of our military. No, just kept saying the military. It wasn't until she claimed to have an email from somebody at the Army base where we were able to see that she was trying to blame the United States Army. You know, because there are various sectors of our military. We have Marines, the Navy, the Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard. Candace, you couldn't even pick one. You just said military. And then you got someone that would be willing to go along with that for $139,000 that he's now having to spend in attorney's fees. Because Baron Coleman is not going to represent him either. You think Baron Coleman is going to walk in and say, Your Honor, I'm here to defend Candace Owens, the alien, and Mitch Snow. My name is Baron Coleman, and I'm an attorney. He's a clown. He's such a clown.
I'm just going to deliver the facts and see where they land.
So there it is. I mean, that's facts. That's evidence that she is out there destroying people's lives without even letting people know, or viewers know, that she has exculpatory evidence saying that they're not there. At least present that at the beginning. I might give you a pass on that. If you just said, hey, you know what? He's saying this. I'll just let you guys know right now that, Brian Harpole has, evidence that he wasn't there.
Exactly, Rick.
We'll continue to vet this. That would be the responsible way to go about handling this. I mean, the real responsible way to do it is figure all that out before you air the episode. But that's not what she's doing. She's out there destroying people's lives. And then on top of that, she's going to sit there and try to lie to you, lie to everyone, and create this conspiracy against her. When it's her own ego, she wouldn't let this go. When everybody around her was telling her, this guy's a liar. He's a con artist. And he is. And we've provided proof time and time again that this guy lies. He completely made up a story that his ex-wife, beat him with a hammer, trapped him into the garage, and come to find out that wasn't the case at all. He was the one with the hammer. He was the one that was beating on her car. She wouldn't let it go.
Raise the hammer to the woman.
Let's take a minute and remind everybody who Mitch Snow actually is.
And on that morning, she was loading up.
Oh, come now. Does he look like he's the son of the Zodiac Killer? You're a slobber blob. So this slobber blob claims to be the son of the Zodiac Killer. Someone who murked and took people's lives and taunted the police for years. Like, are you kidding? That's not a bragging right. He also claimed to have been a member of the military and a veteran. Oh, man. He's an embarrassment to humanity. That's what he is. And Candace is still a dumb alien. Oh, you dumb goon heifer. You are so going to lose this lawsuit, Candace. There's nothing that the candy asses can tell you to have you think otherwise. You might want to sit down and think about a number to offer in an out-of-court settlement. You're going to get mollywopped in court. Now, I'm here for Candace to be deposed and put under oath. I want nothing more than to see this heifer get deposed and put under oath. Dear God, let that happen. Because Candace, you lie like hell is hot. And when you add that into you being placed under oath, talk about a recipe for perjury. Lord, we thank you. I'm praying that she does continue to keep bluffing like this and get to that discovery phase and get hit with an order to appear for a deposition. I want that to happen so bad. And let the cameras go in the courtroom. We can all see that live. To see Candace Owens get the pose live. Oh, girl, I dare you to lie under oath. I dare you, Candace.
The vehicle to go for this meeting. You know, she came out and acting real kind. She took my keys, she took my phone, she went back inside and forced me to go back in and find out what was going on. Lures me to the garage that she pre-set up to be like a little prison. You know, she broke the garage doors.
Oh no.
Boarded.
She imprisoned a Green Beret, folks.
Stuff was stacked against the windows and the other doors. So
You're such a coward.
It was like a scene out of Misery. Stephen King's Misery happened to Mitch Snow.
Yeah.
And she lured me in there and attacked me. Hit me with a hammer and break my thumbs, my feet.
She broke your thumbs. How did she hold your thumbs down? What she do? She said, one little piggy. Two little piggy. How did this go? How did that go? I want to visualize the idea of someone holding down his thumbs. The thumbs only, not the other fingers. No, screw that. Thumbs only. And holding them down against their will to break them with a hammer. Because our fight or flight response helps us with our reflexes as well. But never mind that. Now she somehow overpowered his big ass and was able to hold his thumbs down against their will and break the crap out of them with a hammer. She came and overpowered me, and my thumbs got, they were in the way. Can you imagine this? How big is this guy? I'd have just laughed.
And I got the hammer.
What year was this?
That was 25 June 2016. Eventually, I was hearing my son cry. I was worried about him, having her maul him with the dogs again. And she had done that multiple times. He had been hurt really bad. So when I heard him crying, I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle to get back in, to get to my keys, get my son, get my phone. I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle to get back in, to get to my keys, get my son, get my phone. And, she tried to attack me and pulled on my arm while I was holding the phone, dislocated my arm. That's
imagine, a 120-pound woman that can pull on a Green Beret's phone, pull on his arm, and just yank his arm right out of socket.
It's like one of the surgeries. I'm still recovering from getting surgery.
Yeah, he had surgeries. Oh, who are these doctors? If it was Dr. Frankenstein, we'll have to interview him. One of the doctors was Dr. Frankenstein. Candace, we're going to keep laughing at you until kingdom come. You understand, you clown? Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta interview Dr. Frankenstein. He had to be the doctor that performed the surgery on Mitch Snow. How did you get your arm out of socket? It's alive. Oh, can we get Mitch Snow as a Frankenstein? Oh, please, please. Can we please get Mitch Snow as Frankenstein? Oh, man. With Dr. Kevorkian. Was it Dr. Kevorkian? Oh, man. Has his ass on an operating table trying to put his arm back in socket. And the wife in the corner with the hammer. Oh, good God. Y'all, Mitch Snow's got to be 280 pounds of monkey meat. What are we talking about?
It happened on July 25th, 2016. Lene, his ex-wife, actually had this recorded. This is what really happened.
Touch that Mustang.
Oh.
Stop it!
Touched it.
Look at his big
hit my Mustang.
Dude, say to me all you want. You're ruining our relationship because you gave your keys to your cousin.
I didn't give my keys to anybody.
You're the one who asked him to mess with your car. I haven't touched this car in forever. It's been in my way.
What? Look at this punk ass. Why are you mad about this? Imagine this. You wake up on a Saturday, you're making waffles, the kids are watching cartoons, and the next thing you know, this sack of shit comes out with a hammer banging on your car. And you're like, what the is going on? Oh, I noticed decrepit Frankenstein is not hitting my car with a hammer. That's a hammer. And he looks like he is high on something. Unbelievable. This was 10 years ago. This is the quickest way to get divorced. What the hell? Yeah, this is so disgusting. So Frankenstein got loose with the hammer and just woke up to start erratically banging things with the hammer and raised it to hit this 120-pound woman. Because he's a coward and a punk ass.
I'd like it out of the way.
Son of Zodiac Killer.
I have no idea where the keys are. Would love to know.
Now crying in the house.
But that's not what we were doing today. But you have to do this. You have to. Don't defend
ask you a question.
now.
I can defend myself all I want because you're being insane.
You want to video record shit?
You want to threaten to hit my car with a hammer? God damn it! Marriage over, Mitch. Goodbye. Don't.
See?
Then you.
He raised the hammer and hit her. Candace, you feel good about that? I wish. Oh my God. Candace, I want you to imagine George gets mad. He goes outside and he takes a hammer and hits your brand new Range Rover for reasons, just because. And then you come out, record him, and then he raises that hammer to hit you with it. What would you do? What would you do, you dumb heifer? You gonna be cool with somebody taking that and saying, "Oh, I don't care about that baby mama drama." They were married. There's a child in that house. Of course, Candace doesn't care. She didn't care about her own kids. Because she claimed that, a whole nother country was trying to take her out, and she still took the kids to a theme park. She don't care about her own kids. There's a child in this house crying. Y'all hear the baby crying? And Candace called that baby mama drama. She didn't give a damn. I don't care about you almost hit your wife with a hammer. I don't care. Did you see Erika Kirk at the military base at Fort Hartuka? No, you don't need video evidence to prove that. Just say you did, and then I'll give you, 100. Now I'm not giving it to you. Now I'll help you raise it. How about that? I'll promote your gifts and go. I'll make sure my cult members give you all this money. I'm not giving you a dime. I'm going to lie and say I'm going to match it dollar for dollar, but I'm not going to do any of that. I don't care about your baby mama drama or the child crying in the house, or how Child Protective Services should have been getting the child and the mother out the house away from you, or DFACs or police officers. Like I don't care about that. You raised a hammer to hit her. I don't care. Just talk about Fort Hartuka. My cult will not care either. They don't care. They're stupid.
Got it.
You know what? Do it all you want. Go ahead.
I want to. I want you to fucking start treating me better than you treat this car. This is how you treat us.
Can't make this stuff up, man.
My wife neglects us, ignores us, and then screams at us on Saturday mornings about things that are completely unimportant to her.
She's not the one yelling, you dumbass. You're the one that's sitting here swinging around a hammer. Of course she will record you. Because you raised the hammer to her. Who knows what would have happened if she wasn't recording you? This could have been the more calm version of him. It probably took her to record him to save her life. What if he would have snapped and just went crazy with her with that hammer? He already raised it to her. It was like a knuck if you buck situation. He needed his ass whooped. What are we doing? Didn't he have some stolen valor? Mitch Snow needs his ass whooped by real men, like 4 of them. Just beat the shit out of him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, the similarities between this man and Candace Owens, unbelievable. Again, playing the victim, victimizing people, being an emotional manipulator, lying about what's going on, completely making up a completely different story when he's relaying this story. It's insanity.
Blames me for losing things I haven't touched.
Tried to ask you if you knew where they were.
I did, and I told you I don't know.
No, you never said that. You had to give me a little asshole answer.
I didn't give you an asshole answer. I give you a smartass answer. It's Saturday morning, and it's okay to be a smartass. You do it all the time.
Why is it okay? Why is it okay to have this hammer in your hand and raise it to this woman? Why is that okay? Why is it okay to ignore the child crying in the house? And you walking around here banging on things with hammers. Why is that okay? And you doing all of this around a minor child. Why didn't he go to jail? Is my question. Like, I would have welcomed the cops to come in and tackle the hell out of him right now.
What is so bad about being a smartass? You do.
I've never done crap like that, Mitch.
Yeah. That's not you do it all the fucking time.
No.
That's what you do.
You just beat our door in with a hammer.
Why are you videotaping me?
Why are you videotaping
Why are
me?
you acting crazy? You want me to let you in and that's what you...
Why do you have a choice to videotape someone doing this? And there's a child in the house. Imagine if she would have tried to leave. I wonder if he would have let her go. Look at what he did to the door. Because he's a punk ass. And Candace is cool with this. I don't care about any of that. Baby mama drama. George gets a DUI. Why y'all looking at my husband? His husband's off limits. He was with his boyfriend. What do you want? Candace, kiss her ass. This woman is traumatized.
That was 25 June 2016. I used the hammer to go ahead and break the door handle to get back in, to get to my keys, get my son, get my phone.
This is the guy that she's raising money for. This is the guy that will flat out lie about something like this. A pathological liar through and through. And by the way, everybody that I've talked to, his kids, his ex-wives, people that he knows, his best friend called me and told me, his only friend called me. It was like, I cannot, like, he's always been this way, but it's never been at this level. What's going on with Candace Owens and all this other stuff.
Make this up.
People tried to warn Candace. She wouldn't let it go with her because of her own ego. She couldn't be wrong. This was divinely inspired, right? This was divinely inspired. She prayed for this. And it was so true that the U.S. government would have to, there was no other option but for the U.S. government to come out and admit that they were involved in the Charlie Kirk assassination after this nonsense. Folks, there was no meeting at Fort Huachuca Task Force, Joint Task Force Southern Border, where they were conspiring to kill a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil. That didn't happen. Brian Harpole wasn't there. Erika Kirk wasn't there. It's insanity.
Candace lied.
Believe what you want. But that right there is proof that Candace Owens will lie to you to your face, that she will hold information, she will omit information so that she can get the views that she wants, so that she can push the narrative.
That omission of evidence, Candace, is lying by omission. Lying by omission. You know, Brian Harpole's attorneys are going to tear your credibility to shreds, girl. I will come in and testify if need be. I feel the need to testify. Brian Harpole, call me if you need me, honey. Lady Luck Club will come in and testify. Yes, I have gone through all of Candace's lawsuits. She's a bad loser, and she won't even go to the final hearing. She should be deposed under oath and get her for all the money. How much ever she made lying like hell about this, yeah, go ahead and just ask for that in your judgment. Was it $50 million? Yeah, get $50 million. Get the money. It's not all she has. You know, George has like $244 million. They just hide it in all these various LLCs. Yep. Hit up Brandon Tatum as well. He aids in getting that damn merch out. Can't make this
that
up.
She wants, period. It's undeniable. This whole thing is a grift. But you decide for yourself if you're going to believe this nonsense or you're going to step back into reality. It's up to you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay armed.
Oh, Gary, we love you, honey. Y'all, we got Ami.
And,
Megan Kelly, we gonna laugh at your dumb ass. Might as well. You can't make this stuff up. Shout out to Gary, Paramount Tactic. I did get a response back from him. Oh, man. Why do I keep missing this? So we're waiting to hear back from him again because I didn't know it was. He's like, hey, come on today if you want. Oh, my God. I'm just not seeing the message. I'm sorry. But we got the invitation. We got the scheduled collab with Ami for May 26th. Y'all, this is going to be exciting. That's on a Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys can, make sure you check your notifications and turn on all notifications so we can be up in here and ready with Ami. And we will be with him for as long as he's willing to hang out with us here in the Lady Luck Club. May 26th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm ready and excited. Oh, my God. And I am so happy. Ami Mama loves you, honey. We got to get this in. Y'all ready? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We got to end this on some laughter. Okay? I told you all God has blessed us and some great things are going to happen here in the LLC this month. And it is happening. It's happening, you all. So check out Fax Me. Make sure you guys go show some love and support and check out the collab that we did on Sunday that he premiered on Monday of this week on Fax Me. We were able to hang out and have a good time with Edie Marie in the LLC. And we have our collab with Ami coming up. And I'm waiting to hear back from Gary and his producer. So we got some great things coming up in this month. And I just want to thank you all for supporting me here. It's an absolute blessing. And I appreciate every last one of you. You have no idea. I did get the message with Mindy and the Eclectic Journalist. So hopefully we can connect and collab on that. I told her I would love to collab with her. The Eclectic Journalist, I'm assuming is a woman, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So hopefully we'll hear back from that and stay tuned. So great things happening. Great things happening. I am so excited. We got to get Artie Trolls next. Yep. Oh, Artie. Artie Trolls is getting it in. Shout out to him. And we got Ami coming up on the 26th. Y'all ready to have a good laugh? We got to get it in. We got to laugh. Y'all, I'm in this wig. Y'all hit the floor where you can see it here. Let's get to it.
Tucker has some new viewers, new members of his audience that, from what I read, are Muslims, fans, and even some jihadis apparently are out there watching Tucker. And I mean, say what you want. Those are fans. So you can't discount that. Fans are fans, you know, so don't go writing them off just yet. That Tucker, and he's getting fans. And so having watched him get fans, it's kind of made me think, like, kind of have to look at what I've been doing. And, you know, I've come to realize that a lot of the people speaking out against radical Islamic terrorism also happen to be very pro-Israel. Very pro-Israel. So it's kind of made me think a little bit, you know. I've also come to realize that a lot of these people in the conservative movement, especially the neocons, who are pro-life, are also very pro-Israel. So it's kind of made me have to take a look at my rhetoric on abortion. You know, because they're also pro-Israel. So thinking, not so sure how I feel about abortion now that I find out all these pro-lifers are also very pro-Israel. Another thing that's come to my attention is a lot of these people who are very for gun rights are also very pro-Israel. Oh, so kind of makes me have to take another look at the Second Amendment and kind of reevaluate, you know, my stance on the Second Amendment, because I don't know, you know, kind of taking a look at my whole political ideology, philosophy, principles, and kind of thinking if there's fans on the other side of those, worth considering. Might want to reevaluate everything I once believed and stood for. Because it's working for Tucker. So I have to think, am I being manipulated? And I refuse to be manipulated. Yeah, I will not be manipulated. I'd rather die than be manipulated. I'd rather die than do that. What else? Oh, where do we stand on trans kids? It depends what Tucker says. Does he have any new trans fans?
We'll find out. Let me reach out to his team.
All right, yeah.
Back.
All right, so update me on what he says.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's changed on that.
Whatever Tucker says.
Can we find out if Tucker has any trans fans?
We'll wait to hear what Tucker says.
Yep, stand by. We'll find out.
Whatever Tucker says.
Just keep in mind, you've already flipped on this one once, okay? So.
I will not
Oh, Megyn Kelly, you clown. And she claims that she was a former prosecutor. Oh, dear God. oh, man. Oh, Ami. Y'all, sometimes you just got to laugh. I think taking in Candace for 15 minutes, you got to break it up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, man. Candace makes you want to actually laugh at Megyn Kelly. Can you believe it? Shout out to Ami, y'all. Ami will be with us May 26th. All right. Y'all make sure you turn on your notifications. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. And we'll get in some more content here. Nick Brooks did a video breaking down the lawsuit. We'll try to get a little into that. And y'all let me know if I missed the Laura Loomer on Candace. We did a watch party on one of her episodes. I think we may have to do the other one. I'm not quite sure. I thought it was 2 of them. So let me know if you see it. Send me the link to her Laura Loomer shows on X. If we didn't get the other one, we saw watch party for one. I think it was the other one we need to catch up on. And we'll schedule that. I appreciate all of y'all. Hit that like button and make sure you hype this video up once it's done. And until then, you guys be good. Have a good evening. And I will see you all in the next one. Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.